Not that I can think of.
Okay.
Certainly nothing as striking as that event.
Okay. In your interview with the Washington Post, you said that you told your husband early in your marriage that you had been a victim of, and I quote, physical abuse. In your statement, you said that before you were married, you told him that you had experienced, quote, a sexual assault. Do these two things refer to the same incident?
Yes.
And at either point on these two times, did you use any names?
No.
Okay. May I ask, Dr. Ford, how did you get to Washington?
In an airplane.
Okay. I asked that because it's been reported by the press that you would not submit to an interview with the committee because of your fear of flying. Is that true?
Well, I was hoping that they would come to me, but then I realized that was an unrealistic request.
It would have been a quicker trip for me.
Yes. So that was certainly what I was hoping, was to avoid having to get on an airplane, but I eventually was able to get up the gumption with the help of some friends and get on the plane.
When you were here in the mid-Atlantic area back in August, end of July, August, how did you get here?
Also by airplane. I come here once a year during the summer to visit my family.
Okay.
I'm sorry, not here. I go to Delaware.
Okay. In fact, you fly fairly frequently for your hobbies, and you've had to fly for your work. Is that true?
Correct, unfortunately.
You were a consulting biostatistician in Sydney, Australia. Is that right?
I've never been to Australia, but the company that I worked for is based in Australia, and they have an office in San Francisco, California.
Okay.
I don't think I'll make it to Australia.
It is long. I also saw on your CV that you list the following interests of surf travel, and you, in parentheses, put Hawaii, Costa Rica, South Pacific Islands, and French Polynesia. Have you been all to those places?
Correct.
By airplane?
Yes.
And your interests also include oceanography, Hawaiian and Tahitian culture. Did you travel by air as a part of those interests?
Correct.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Easier for me to travel going that direction when it's a vacation.
But you're afraid of airplanes. I don't get it.
Thank you, Mr.
You
Chairman.
fly all the
Thank you for
time.
being here, Dr. Ford. In my old job as a prosecutor, we investigated
Let me
reports
understand
like
this.
So it gave me a window.
Let me understand this.
on
You,
the types of
36 years
cases
ago,
that hurt women
somebody was on
and
top of
hurt
you
all of
for
us. And I
some
would
period
always
of time,
tell
a
the
brief,
women that
probably a
came
few
before
minutes,
us that they were
and
gonna
you were
have to
struggling
tell
with
their
them,
story
and
before
this is
a jury
causing you
box of
anxiety
strangers.
today, something,
And you've had
a
to
10,
tell your
15 minute
story before the
interview
entire
36
nation.
years ago, and you don't remember
For
the people's
so many
names.
years, people swept cases like
Well, you
yours
come up with
under
Ford
the
and
rug.
Cavanagh,
They'd
which,
say,
but
what
you,
happens
you're
inside
really
a house
not sure
didn't
about it. You're not
belong
sure who
in
was
the
on top of you.
courthouse.
So
Well,
let me understand this. How
the
does
times
this
have
work?
changed.
You're
So
having
I just wanna
anxiety about
thank you
this
for
thing that
coming
happened
forward
36 years
today
ago.
and for sharing
I don't get it.
your report with us.